Hi, I'm bored out of my goddamn mind. I'm sure you're not surprised at all, but guess what I am doing? I'm driving. Look how miserable it is out there. It is so awful. Oh my god, it's great. I do know why I'm doing this. Pretty much I am thinking a lot right now, not like in a bad way or in a good way or anything like that, but I am. And it is driving me crazy because I have pretty much no way of expressing me thinking at all. Like, I would bring out my journal and be like, oh my god, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to figure it out. Generally, that's what I would do. I can't really do that when I'm driving. I have to keep it in my head, and it really sucks, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, so anyways, truck. But kind of the gist of it is that I am really okay, so pretty much here it is. I'm kind of really, really bad at the entire social thing. I'm can be kind of embarrassing at it. I don't generally always pick up on things that, well, I don't really know actually. Sometimes I do, sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel like way autistic, like I'm way out of the loop and everything like that. And other times it's like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. There isn't really a pattern or anything like that. Or I'm going way fast. Or anything of the sort. So, oh, what am I talking about? I don't even remember. Okay, so there's not even a pattern about how much I pick up on stuff or anything like that. So, but there is one thing that's really weird, and it's in the back of my mind. Yes, I am generally not a very socially astute person a lot. There you go. But it's kind of weird because I do have a persona in my head of this person who is very socially astute, who knows what to say, who is very relaxed in social situations and can kind of go with it. And I was thinking about this persona person thing, and generally I can only keep up the persona for about 5 minutes before I kind of crash, quote unquote, and I'm kind of unable to function. Well, no, that's a little extreme. It takes about 5 minutes before I'm unable to keep the persona up, and I either lose interest or I don't know how to continue on the conversation. And I was wondering about how possible it is to try to extend that persona ability thing, if that makes any sense at all. So, I mean, over the past couple of years, before I could barely be around people for an extended period of time, but now I can be around them for several hours. I'm one of those hardcore learners. Well, not hardcore as much anymore, but I used to be way hardcore. And rock and roll and music saves your mortal soul. How to dance real slow. I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. But anyways, because I have greatly extended my ability to be around people, and I'm wondering if I could extend my ability to be socially acute around people. So, I mean, this is what happens when I don't kind of have a really solid persona or a solid idea of what I want to be. I just kind of take the things that I like and I make them as much as possible. Another thing I really want to do about is, as I was learning how to become more social, I didn't think of it as a social aspect of my life. I thought of it as kind of another thing to learn or another hobby. And so now I'm kind of without any sort of traditional hobby sort of things other than legit hanging out with people and learning about other people is my hobby now. It is my big thing. I'm still learning it, and studies say that I won't be really good or won't be a master at it for another 10,000 hours or something like that. I think that's the number. I'm not completely sure, but it might be. So it's pretty much because I hadn't been socialized a whole lot as a child. I was very much a loner. My family was very much loners, so they kind of didn't really push me. I mean, they pushed me a little bit, but not like a whole lot to go out and be social. I'm pretty sure that if I had done the whole social thing, I would be a lot more socially assured right now, but I'm not, because I didn't do it. So that makes sense in my head. But pretty much what I'm going to try to do is try to introduce more quote-unquote hobbies. I think, what I keep on going through over in my mind over and over again is what I actually want to do is 5 things. I want friends, and kind of under that would be family a little bit. I connect with people a lot more as friends than I would as family. Like, I don't consider my friends my family, I consider my friends my friends. Mostly because I have elevated the idea of friendship like way high. Like, to be considered a close friend of me is sort of like, worship. I don't know. So it would be family slash friends, capoeira, drawing, reading slash writing, because reading and writing, I used to do like a lot of reading and a lot of writing, but I never would do them at the same time. Like for a month I'd be like, oh, I'm going to write everything, and then for 3 months I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to read everything, and so I would cycle through them. So they're kind of the same thing in my head. So does that capoeira, drawing, reading, writing, friends and family, and capoeira, drawing, reading, writing, friends and family, that's 4. 5 would be programming. I am learning, it's computer stuff in general, programming specifically. It would be, I'm trying to learn Python now, and not like as a really hardcore sort of thing, but I'm just kind of, I'm looking at it more, I'm figuring out what the syntax is. I've done a couple of like really small lame programs. The problem with the Python stuff is that I have kind of no goals as to what I want to do with it. Within a class, it could be very easily, oh, you have to do this program for class, so that's why I'm doing this program. I don't kind of have a goal or anything in mind. So I think I'm driving home now for Thanksgiving break, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to my dad about that, about what I can do and learn, with what kind of goal I can have in mind for that. And alongside like Python and programming and stuff like that, there would be like systems administration and probably a little bit of network administration, and maybe I can con my dad into helping me find out how to tunnel a hole in the firewall at school, and so I can be able to torrent stuff. And I mean, pretty much I'd be torrenting like some movies, like pretty much Pixar and Disney movies, and awesome shows that I've heard about, like Battlestar Galactica, and video games. In theory, if I get like a computer that can actually play video games, then I would definitely do the video game thing. And there's a truck cutting me off. Thank you, truck. But yes, that's pretty much what it is. Like, okay, so there's programming slash computer stuff, reading, writing, drawing, capoeira, and family friends. That's the 5 things I want to kind of focus my life around. And I do kind of want to throw in being kind of a student scholar thing. And I kind of, like back in high school, I could have a generalized, oh, I just want to learn stuff. I don't quite have that anymore, and I kind of have to fuse what I am now with what I used to be, because I really kind of miss who I used to be, in a way, because I was far, far more assured in myself. And that was back kind of in high school. It's sort of weird in a way, kind of like my life got a whole lot more complicated once I started having attachments and relationships with other people. It throws in a whole level of complexity that I wasn't aware was going to happen, and so I kind of really lost a large part of who I was in high school, and so this will probably be a way of regaining that back. Out of those 5 things that I mentioned, I think what I'm going to end up focusing on first off is I'm going to start off with programming and with reading and writing, because those are the 2 ones that I can do like really fast and right now, without a whole lot. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I could learn how to do more drawing and stuff, and life drawing class at school, and pretty much that would be me learning how to draw more. But the thing is that I kind of want it to be like a self-directed thing. I don't want it to be like class-based or anything like that. The stuff that I self-direct or stuff that I figure out on my own clicks or like has a lot more staying power than things that I learned from other people. And I mean, it's sort of like one of those things that, oh, you'll never understand unless you go through it yourself. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand that. I hate being told it because I find it really, really lousy and lame and stuff. But I do intellectually recognize it, and I do intellectually recognize that it's something that a lot of these things is something that I have to discipline myself on my own for me to be able to properly use them. And since I've never had a class in programming, and I've had classes in reading and writing, but I've never really connected that with like my leisure reading that I really want to do, or like my personal writing, which is what I really want to do. I considered it a separate sort of entity sort of thing. I've had classes in drawing and I've had classes in capoeira, and I sort of want to reapproach them as on a personal level, like on a personal self-directed level that I can't obtain within classes. So classes are awesome, but some things, like the things I really want to get too close to, I can't approach on that level until I've done it personally. I think I've talked for way too much now for this to kind of safely be transmittable. I don't know, for this file. So, yeah. Oh my god, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to check it, and this microphone will have picked up nothing. And I would have talked like productively for like 7 minutes in the microphone, and it's like completely unrecorded history, guys. Oh dear.